Well, I don't really know what to tell you guys other than Death Stranding is coming to PC. How is that different than what everyone's been saying for months now? It's not. But the Sony fanbase is still losing their mind at it, so isn't that fun? A while back, the Death Stranding box art was revealed to not have that only on PlayStation label, which sent the Sony Ponies into a panic, similar to when they realized they had to pretend the Order 1886 was a good game. But now things have just gotten worse for the weird Sony faithful, as Death Stranding has been removed from Sony's master list of exclusives. Now, a decent amount of people don't know this, but the game has actually been confirmed for PC since as far back as 2015, when Sony themselves stated in an interview that it would be a timed exclusive, although they didn't say how long it would be. I guess things got a little murky when the early promotional material for the game had that only on PlayStation label on it, and Sony put it on their list of exclusives, but now that the box art has come out and the game's been pulled from the exclusive list, the Sony Ponies are going into full panic mode. It should also be noted that Gamescom is happening in about a week or two, and Death Stranding is reportedly going to be getting some announcements there. So the timing of this is a little too fishy to be a coincidence. Honestly, I'm kind of putting my money on there being a PC announcement at Gamescom. Quite honestly, I don't know why the Sony faithful are so attached to this game. I have no interest in the thing from all that we've seen. It just looks like another third-person action game with a ton of overlong cutscenes and dramatic gazes into the horizon. But to be fair, the PS4 has made a name for itself by doing exactly that for 5 years at 30 FPS, so what the hell do I know? The point of this video is that there are people who are so attached to a black plastic box that plays games at 30 FPS that we're gonna vehemently oppose the idea of a game going anywhere but the PS4. So I'm gonna make fun of them. People keep telling me that Death Stranding isn't exclusive, but no one can direct me to the PC pre-order. Yeah, no one can direct you to the PS4 exclusive label either. PC fans don't believe you should pre-order Death Stranding. I bet they think not paying for the game is also a good thing. Yes, because not pre-ordering a game automatically means we're pirating it. Gee, who the fuck would even write something like that? Oh. Console exclusive is all I care about. Don't care about PC nonsense. Replying to Colt Eastwood, of all people. What a shocker. Games like Concrete Genie, Dreams, Persona, and others not in this list, and these games are still exclusive, so this is not a thing. Okay, well, first of all, Persona is not an exclusive. And second of all, I saw people making this argument that, oh, the game's not out yet, so it's not on the list. Well, you know what is on the list? Last of Us 2. And Death Stranding was on the list. And they pulled it off, consciously. Games aren't not on the exclusive list because they're not out yet. They're not on the exclusive list because they're not exclusives. Kinda weird how that works. I would really prefer it to be console exclusive to just the PS4. Having true exclusives is the lifeblood of a console. That's not really true. It's not about wanting to exclude others, you literally want to do that. It's about keeping console gaming alive and more importantly relevant. You can do this without exclusives. But let's break this down. Yes, a lot of good consoles have good exclusives, but to say that consoles can only survive with exclusives is just false. We saw that with the PS4. Remember when the PS4 first came out and people were kind of shitting on it because it had no games? But it was still outselling the Xbox One 3-1 at that point, because it was the technically more powerful console with more features. It's almost like games aren't the only thing that matter. Consoles can absolutely exist without exclusives. I don't know why people keep saying this. If there were no exclusives and every game in the world was a multi-plat, consoles would still exist because you would still have the audience of people who just want to, put something in their living room and sit back with it, or people who don't want to deal with a PC and just want to buy something simple. Even though I personally think the PC is very simple, but that's not the argument I'm making right now. I have a whole bunch of other videos about that. The point is there will always be a market for console gaming, regardless of exclusives. And if the PS4's early years taught us anything, it's that you don't need a lot of exclusives to outsell the competition if you have the more fondly looked upon hardware. If exclusives were to stop existing, consoles would absolutely still exist, and they would now compete off of hardware and off of features and off of subscription services and stuff like that. And I think that's a good thing. Let's go back to this. It's not about wanting to exclude others. Yes, because you somehow think wanting a game to be exclusive to the PS4 doesn't exclude others. Right. But as a little lifeline, I actually agree with what he says in the last part. Sony should clear this up. They absolutely should. Sony's been really weirdly quiet about this whole thing, and I mean, they're doing it on purpose. 100% they're doing this on purpose. Sony said back in 2015 that the game would be coming to PC, but then they've been quiet and they've been trying to market it as a PS4 exclusive, and now they're quietly rolling all that back. It's very obvious they're trying to bank off the fanboy culture here, and I honestly, it just feels kind of gross. They really should clear this up. No, it'll go to PC eventually like previously rumored, but it won't be going to Xbox or Stadia. People are not like Xbox fanboys, where when you don't have access to a game, it's trash, and then when it comes to Xbox, it's the greatest thing ever, like, say, cough, Hellblade, cough. I think the point he's making here is that the game will go to PC, but it's still a win if it doesn't go to Xbox or Stadia. Okay. Not sure how restricting games from people is a win, but alright. Isn't Death Stranding made on a Sony engine and Sony wouldn't want it on PC? Maybe look into that before insinuating a rumor. There's no definitive proof that it is unless you do have proof. Well, I mean, here's my proof. And here's more of my proof. And here's my other proof. Also, isn't the game not actually being built on a Sony engine? Why do people keep saying that it is? Until they clear it up, I won't buy it. It was my most anticipated game, but I'll boycott it unless they come clean. If it is on PC, fine. Just don't trick people to double dip eventually. Not cool. Yeah, I agree with that. I think it's kind of lame when companies have plans to put games on consoles, but they're consciously not telling people about it because they want you to buy the game twice. They want PC players to think they can only buy the game on PS4, and then when the game comes out on PC, they buy it again. I really do think Sony should clear this up, but a part of me thinks they will clear it up at Gamescom. It's still a PlayStation exclusive. Didn't think I need to clarify that. Sony Interactive Entertainment is not letting the game leave PlayStation. Wow, this guy sounds like he has a lot of information. Let's take a look at his bio. Studies Sony Interactive Entertainment's worldwide studios. Right. Yeah. Then someone replies, and who are you? Someone who has connections from my various years in the industry. Born March 16th, 2000. Yeah, so if Sony removes games from the exclusivity list, it's not because it's not exclusive, but to make people talk, right? From what I've been told, it was a mere mishap when they were messing with the site. Alright, well, they still haven't fixed it, okay? The game is still not on the website. Just because you study Sony, whatever that means, doesn't mean you suddenly know how these things work. The game's been confirmed for PC for years now. It never was a PS4 exclusive. What is the point if it's not a full exclusive? No. Let's allow his games to come to other platforms. Terrible idea. Fucking got him. This strings guy was actually going off. It was pretty amazing and got a few chuckles out of it. It's fine for a few games, but this is going over the line. Death Stranding is built on Sony resources, which is debatable, like I said. The studio was probably funded and the engine sourced through WWS. It is PC gamers who are entitled, thinking they should get a game when their platform invests nothing. Yes, we're entitled because a game might be coming here. But you definitely are not entitled by trying to restrict people from playing a game just because they don't play on what you like. Also, what is this with PC gamers haven't invested anything? PC gaming dominates the worldwide gaming market. It's not even close. Fuck out of here with this PC gamers don't invest anything. Rather play on PlayStation. That's the reason the game exists. It wasn't Valve who funded it, or Epic, because apparently you think the only reason a game should come to PC is literally if one of the launcher owners fund it. Never mind if a company just wants to put the game on the largest platform. I mean, fuck them for wanting to sell copies of the game. Besides, PC as a platform is shit. None of the platform owners invest in gaming. What games did they fund? What studios have they started? PC gaming is fucking pathetic. Okay, well, you literally in the tweet before this said Valve and Epic, who started as PC developers, but you know, that's fine. Okay, one more from Strings. You are restricted to mostly inferior games on PC though. Most of the games are janky bullshit. Ubisoft never optimizes their games right. Well, that's on all platforms. Ubisoft's just not good at that. And all the cool strategy games like Ground Control, Homeworld, and Command and Conquer are no longer released. Jeez, have you not played on a PC since like the early 2000s? Also, you want to talk about Ubisoft not optimizing their games right? Compare any console version of a Ubisoft game to the PC version. Like literally any of them. It's hilariously better on PC. It's just so funny to me that people care this much about the game coming to only the PS4. Like I said before, I don't care about Death Stranding. I'm not gonna play it. Even if it does come out on PC on day one, I'm not gonna buy it. I just don't care about the game. It's not really my kind of thing. But what I do care about is people being so tribalistic and fanboyish that they're going to actively try to discourage games from going to other platforms. That's the funniest thing to me about Sony Ponies. They talk about how great their exclusives are and how they're exclusive the best of them all. These games are great. But then when an opportunity comes for more people to play these games, they're so just violently opposed to it. Because it's never been about the games to these people. Sony Ponies don't care about the quality of the games. All they care about is that they have something that you can't have. And that gives them a little chub for a bit. I mean, these are the same people that still talk about The Last of Us. And if you say anything bad about The Last of Us, they'll crucify you. You know, The Last of Us. The game that's overrated as shit.